Coming up next, officers kicked in his door, killed his dogs, and roughed up his mother-in-law. But it turns out they had the wrong guy. Now an investigation says the officers did nothing wrong. I'll explain. Last year, officers staged a drug raid at the home of a small-town Maryland mayor, killing his 2 dogs and roughing up his mother-in-law. Today, we've got new developments. First, here's the report that our own Don Lemon filed on this story.
His home has been patched up, but the mayor of Berwyn Heights, Maryland, tells CNN the damage done to his family may be irreparable.
We lost our family dogs. We did it at the hands of, sheriff deputies bursting through our front door, rifles blazing.
It all started when Mayor Shai Calvo says he took a package addressed to his wife in from his doorstep. He placed it on the kitchen table and went upstairs. Then all hell broke loose.
Suddenly there was an explosion. The door just flew open. I heard gunfire shoot off. I was in my boxer shorts, literally, when I was brought downstairs at gunpoint, bound and forced to kneel on the floor.
Turns out that package was 32 pounds of marijuana a police dog had sniffed out at a shipping facility. Officers posing as delivery men dropped the package at Calvo's front door while the SWAT team waited. After they burst in, Calvo says his mother-in-law was roughed up and the family dogs executed.
Didn't you tell them, hey, I'm the mayor?
I did, and they didn't actually believe me. They told a detective that I was crazy until he told a local police.
Calvo says Prince George's County Police never told local Berwyn Heights police that they were investigating a drug delivery scheme. Traffickers deliver drugs to unsuspecting homeowners, hoping to intercept the package before the homeowner discovers it.
My mother-in-law was bound laying in the kitchen, and then I noticed my 2 dead dogs.
Prince George's County Police say deputies did the right thing.
The community is damaged by the continuous drug trafficking. We don't want any of our operations to result in the injury or loss of anybody, and certainly not animals.
Well, that was late last year. Last week, the Sheriff's Department finally released the results of an internal investigation. Even though Mayor Calvo and his family have been cleared of any wrongdoing, the report says there was nothing improper about the raid. Now, today, the mayor reacted. He announced that he is suing the Sheriff's Department. And at a news conference this afternoon, he blasted Prince George's County Sheriff Michael Jackson. Listen to this.
He concluded that the invasion of my home was conducted, quote, in a professional and acceptable manner, end quote. He actually commended the police for their actions and held up the incident as some sort of model operation. In his words, he said that his deputies, quote, did their job to the fullest extent of their abilities, end quote. In truth, though, Sheriff Jackson's findings merely fall in line with the public conclusion he reached at the outset of his so-called investigation last year.
All right, CNN security analyst Mike Brooks is a former Washington, D.C. police detective. I think he's busted down a few doors in his time, so we've asked him to join us to talk this thing over. Mike, first of all, you saw the report from the sheriff's office. And what do you make of it? They laid out what they did, and they say they were justified in their actions of breaking in, shooting the dogs, and handcuffing the mother-in-law.
Well, I'll tell you, Ali, I looked at the report, and having been an operator, SWAT operator myself,
right,
before I go through a door, I want to know everything about the person inside of that house. I think the investigators, first of all, it began out in Arizona where they discovered this marijuana.
Right.
And there was no hurry. There was no, it was a controlled delivery, as we call it. So why not
So you didn't have to bust in unexpectedly.
First of all, they need to investigate a little bit further into, okay, this house we're going into, have these people ever been involved in any drug buy bust? Any sales before? Do they have a criminal background? Are there any weapons inside the house? Because in the report it said that this procedure dictates that the Specialized Services Team, SST, be briefed by the investigating officers on all details of the case to include a, quote, background of any known occupants of the house and any other information.
Which clearly they didn't have because they didn't know
they
the mayor lived.
It does, and then goes through there.
Not a mayor who has a history of being involved in drugs.
And I go through there, and it does not say anything about any investigation they did of the people inside the house.
So you generally feel, as somebody who might be on that side of the door having to push it in an armed way, you want as much information as you can have, and unless this is something that is urgent, that needed to be dealt with that second, they could have managed it in a better way.
Exactly, and I didn't see this whole operation, as exigent circumstances, as you will. But no, I think they should have investigated a little bit further before they decided to go ahead and execute the warrant.
Now, you did say to me me earlier that they may not have investigated properly. As far as you can see, once the decision was made to go in that door, the procedure seemed to have been followed.
It seemed to have been followed, yes. You know, it's unfortunate that those dogs were killed because I'm a dog lover, you know, but and one of the contention was that one of the dogs was actually running away. The 4-year-old lab was actually running away, you know, because they found that there were dogs in the house when they went up to make the delivery. When the one of the officers went up to make this, you know, this surreptitious delivery, the mother-in-law was holding the dogs back because they were barking at him. So they said, you know, there were vicious dogs in the house.
Yeah, this is a sad situation.
We haven't heard the end of it, though, Valley.
No, clearly we haven't, because it sounds like he's suing, and we're going to talk more about this. Mike, good to see you. Listen, I'm here for a week. Let me know where I can get this taken care of.
I think we go to the same barber.
I think that's right. All right, Mike Brooks, thanks a lot.
All right, buddy.